Hello, this is Chris Menard. Today I'm going to show you how to use Google Drive to create free surveys. It's one of my favorite features of Google Drive. If you're wondering if you have a Drive account or a Google account, if you have a Gmail address, you do. You can log into your Gmail account. You can click right here and go down to Drive, and that will open up your Google Drive account. I actually already have it running over here, so it doesn't matter. I've got it running twice now. So let's make our first survey. New, top left corner, point to More, and then select Google Forms. What do you want to name this first survey? It says Untitled Form. I'm going to call it Excel Level 2. That's the name of the survey. Now let's make our first question. The first question is, was the instructor friendly? This is going to be a multiple choice type question because the options are yes or no. A couple options you can do here. You can make this a required question, meaning the participants have to answer it. You can also go to advanced settings and you can shuffle the order. So some people will see yes, no, other people will see no, yes. But for yes and no type questions, I usually don't shuffle the order, and required is up to you, but I'm gonna hit done. So we've made our first question for our survey Excel 2, January 4th. It also says Excel 2, January 4th up here. My next question is very similar to the first, so instead of making a new one, I'm going to duplicate this one and change it to, was the instructor knowledgeable? Yes, no, done. Third question, let's do different. Let's do a checkbox type question. Multiple choice, you can only pick one. Like I can either pick yes or no. Checkboxes, you can pick many. What did you learn today? And since it's an Excel 2 class, I'll make up some Excel 2 topics. We learned charts, functions, pivot tables. I'm going to abbreviate here just to keep this going, and conditional formatting. Once again, I would spell them out if I was really doing it. Once again, required. I could shuffle the order. I'm going to hit done. So I have 4 questions. Notice it says response is 0. I want to see how this looks when someone takes it. View live form. So I can either send this out as a URL, I can email it, I could embed it, I could put it on a website, but this is what it's going to look like when people have it. And it's that easy to take the survey. They're done. I'm going to close this out. I'm back on the actual survey or the form. Notice it says response is 1. I'm going to add one more question. I'm going to do a scale. When you do a scale, overall rate this class 1 to 5. Look, I could change this to 1 to whatever. 1 is awful. I thought the class was awful. And 5 is exceptional. Click on done. One more item. You might want to ask for their name. When you do your name, you want to do text. Text is for really short answers, because there's their answer. Done with that question. Please type your name. Paragraph text is for longer answers. What did you like best about the class? They have this box to type in here. Hit done. I'm going to turn this off just for right now. Let's go look how this looks again. View live form. Once again, this is exactly how people will see it. I'll just run through and pick a couple. There you go. Close it. Back on the form, if you notice it says responses to. So I'm actually ready to send it out now. I've gone through, I've tweaked it, everything looks great. So what I want to do, those 2 responses are for me, so I'm going to delete all responses. This cannot be undone, so click OK. And I'm ready to send this out. Click on Send Form. It's also up in the top right corner. If you look up there, it says Send Form also. I'm going to shorten the URL. So that's the URL that people will get if I want to email it to them. I can also just put in their emails right here. And here are other ways to share it. I could also embed it on my website, or you can even embed it in the email. But let's just test this real quick. I'm going to copy this, click Done. Notice it says responses 0. I'm going to open up a different browser, and I'm going to paste it in there. And here we go. So now this actually really is live. Submit. Minimize this browser. Notice it says responses 1. Once you're done with your survey and people have taken your responses and the timeline is over, when you go to responses, it says accepting, click it, and now no one can send in responses even if they have the URL or you sent it to them. It will not accept their responses. Let me go turn that back off for right now. If I need to make a copy of this, notice this says January 4th, 2016. File, make a copy. And we actually have one coming up on August 6, 2015. Click OK. So I made a copy of the exact same survey I had. Notice it says up here August 6. You need to change this to August 6. So that's really kind of like your file name or your document name. And this is the name of your survey. I usually make those match. I'm going to go back and close this. Close. Go back to my Drive account. There's the January 4th, 2016. There's the August 6th. If you notice it says responses underneath it. Let me pull up my real account and show you how that works. So here's a survey I made. Let's take a look at it. There's some of the questions. Notice the first one. Instructor was knowledgeable. Instructor was friendly. Once you have your survey, when you go to responses, I had 4 responses. You can view a summary of them. I love this feature. There are some charts. You can also, you get a spreadsheet created automatically. So I did not make this second item right here. Google Drive made this for me. It basically took everyone's responses and it put them on a Google spreadsheet. You can easily copy and paste this into Microsoft Excel if you're an Excel user. What's nice is over here, this was that scale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Everyone happened to really like the class. But if you had 40 people and you want to know what's the average, just pick average, highlight the numbers just like you would in Excel, and there's the average. I'm going to close that back out. So whenever you make a form or a survey and people take the survey, the responses gets created automatically. Hopefully that'll help. One last thing is Google Forms, when you're doing surveys, it will do branching. So if you have a question that says, what type of computer do you use? and people pick Windows and the other option is Mac or Apple, if they pick Windows, they may get one list of questions. If they pick Mac or Apple, they'll get a different list of questions. That's called branching. Google Forms will handle branching in their surveys. And remember, it's free, so hopefully that'll get you started.